technique. So today I'm doing a collaboration with a company called FitVille. Now I've done a collaboration with them before, so I want to thank them for sending me these items. One of the reasons why I love this company is because I have foot issues and I have wide feet. Now this is called FitVille Women's Rebound Core Shoes. You can get this for $99.95. Also, I did get it in a 9.5. Wide also comes in extra wide. Now what I love, it has the wide toe box and high insteps. You have the removable insoles, the thick sole at the bottom, flexible. I love the flexibility in this shoe. Also, you know, if you have laces, sometimes shoes, you have to undo the laces. You don't have to do this with these shoes. You just slide your foot in there and tie it up and you're good to go. I love that it has the name in the back, also the initial on the side. Well, actually the letter F on the side. So with that said, you guys, let's go ahead with the next shoe. All right, sweetie, so I would like to let you guys know the first shoe comes in other colors. Now this is called the FitVille Woman's Casual Air Cushion V3. You can get this for $59. It also comes in another color, but I did get it in black. Also 9.5, and I did get it in wide. Now, I love this shoe. I have worn this shoe, very comfortable, double layer inner lining for warmth in the wintertime, very lightweight. I love that it has that velvet feel on the shoe. I love that. Has a little flexibility. I also love the thick sole. All right, you guys. Now, I do have a coupon code. I would also leave that link down in the description box. All right, you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Hey, sweeties. This is Shanique with Techniques. So today, I was going to do a collaboration, but I decided to do a red table. Of course, you don't see the red table, so I'm going to introduce my friends. Now, they're going to tell you their age and their names. So go ahead. We're going to start with Rhonda.
My name is Rhonda, and I am 50 years old.
My name is Sandy, and I'm 41.
All right, you guys already know that I'm Shaniqua, and I am 50.
And I'm Crystal, and I'm 39.
All right then. Okay, so we're gonna start with the first topic. Now, the first topic is sex after having a hysterectomy. Now, Rhonda and myself, we've had a hysterectomy, and sex can be a problem. Because of the fact that after hysterectomy, now some people might not have this problem, but I want to give Rhonda intake on that.
All right, so I had my hysterectomy at about age 47. So I think I approached the doctor, the gynecologist, when I was about 45, and my hormone levels were still too high. And so she still said I could have it though. So, but I did not have the funds at the time, and I had some other things I wanted to do. So I waited until I was 47. So at first, honestly, when the doctor came out after the surgery, she told me she had done something good, and I really think she tightened up some stuff down there. So, so honestly, sex was really good, like the first 6 months or so after my hysterectomy. Honestly, the first time we had sex after, I felt like I was a virgin again because it hurt like hell. But you know, it's all good. My husband enjoyed everything going on. And so, but I was like, I didn't understand why women talked about missing their hormones after the first 6 months or so. So it took a while for my body to get the memo that it wasn't I didn't have the hormone production like I did before. So after the first 6 months, 9 months and stuff, I wasn't lubricating like I had before, and honestly, the desire was not there anymore. So it was hard. It was really hard. I think my husband suffered the most. So, and even now, things have really not improved as far as the desire. Like, because he used to say I was like well, I guess I used to like to have sex a lot. That's just bottom line. But after I had my hysterectomy, not so much. Just did not, like the last year or so, it's been hard. And we have a lot of heart-to-hearts because sometimes he thinks that maybe I'm not interested in him like I was before, that I don't find him as desirable as I did before. And nothing could be further from the truth. I love my husband just as much as I've always loved him. We've been married for 26 years. It'll be 27 years in April. And I don't look at other men and desire other men. I can acknowledge that other men are attractive, but I'm not sexually attracted to them because I am in love with my husband. But sometimes he does not feel that because of, and honestly, it's just the hormone production. I mean, he's been having this little running joke lately that we're roommates because he doesn't feel like I show him affection like I did before. And I really have to make a concerted effort to make a move on him, that type of thing. And because honestly, even though I don't have the desire like I did before, once I'm in it, I'm good. We good. We have a good time still in the bedroom. We just have to use things like lube. We have to use other things like lube.
There's nothing wrong with a little help.
That's right. We get help going. We use the lube, and then after we get into it, my natural lubrication kicks in. So we good. But yeah, he mentally, emotionally, it's just been hard on us. A little bit more difficult than we anticipated being once I had my hysterectomy. But on the flip side of that, I was a slave to my cycle. I mean, every time we went on vacation, it seemed like my cycle would be on, and so I felt like I had been set free when I had my hysterectomy. I am grateful and thankful. I know some people are probably saying, well, why don't you just get hormone replacement? Well, I have a history of breast cancer in my family, and it was hormone positive breast cancer, so I don't believe in taking replacement hormones. So even though that would help me, I feel like it poses an unnecessary risk to my health. So that's the reason I don't do hormone replacement therapy. And this thing that we have going on with, they have a lot of things out there. Like you said, there's nothing wrong with a little help. So we use the lubrication and we keep it moving.
Okay, so let me give you my input. Same thing. I do take replacement. I take estradiol. And same thing. I don't have the urge. And I want to let you guys know out there. I know there's a lot of women out there who same predicament, and you're worried about your husband going outside your marriage. But I have figured out, different times of when I'm going to set the mood for my husband. Now, I will say that you have days where you want to. It's not often, but you do have days. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get my husband's input. So, sweetie, do you feel like that it makes you want to go elsewhere to go outside the marriage, me not having the urge to want to have sex as often?
That's a deep question.
I thought I was the cameraman.
This is your life on the line.
Yeah, y'all work with her. I got to live with her.
Yeah, we go home. You say.
Yes.
Yeah. No, not at all. Not at all. We've been married 15 years, and I love you very much. And I think a healthy relationship transcends sex. That's a part of it, but it shouldn't be the most important part of it. And you just. I think the thing for us is, I think when you're together as long as we've been, or Rhonda even longer, I think sometimes it can get stale just because you've probably done a lot of different stuff, and you know, you're both working and there's bills and there's stress and there's all this kind of stuff. So, you know, I used to joke with you that, you know, you expect me to like have a rose in my teeth and, you know, like one of those white shirts with the laces in the front, you know.
And some tassels, don't you?
Right. And just, you know,
Okay.
you know, and sometimes, you know, you just kind of want to just, you know, be a little more basic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so just can we do
Vanilla.
it? Is that what
There
you're
ain't
saying?
nothing wrong with vanilla.
All right then.
Hit and quit.
Hit it and quit it. That's what he said.
I got shit to clean. I got laundry to fold.
So I just want to let you guys know, when you have a man that's very understanding, then it makes it easier. And I don't. I come in from work, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. I sometimes come in, I take the dog to the dog park, and who wants to have sex after that? I don't.
Don't
You
be
know,
bringing dog hair into our bed.
So I just want to let you know there are men out there who accept that and who's okay with that, and that will love you for who you are. Now, I want to let you guys know, let's go on to the next subject, which is separation. What are you looking for in a man, and what is your expectations and needs?
And she looked to Sandy.
I know what Sandy looks to
Sandy?
me.
I really haven't thought that far. I'm still learning on what I'm looking for. Being newly separated and still trying to figure everything out about myself.
How long you guys been married?
22 years. We've been married 22 years. I knew my husband since I was 10. Been together since I probably was 16 years old. Got married when I was 19, 20. So it's been a journey. Now, am I looking for somebody right away? No. I think I'm just gonna take some time for myself. Now, if that someone does come along, then hey, great, you know. But I'm just gonna take some time for myself for now. But hopefully, that person will have a great personality.
It's all about personality.
Personality and no mullet.
Found it out tonight.
We found that
No
out.
business in front, no behind the back.
So the big question is, to all the ladies, would you date a man making less than you?
I don't know if that question applies to me since I'm married. You know, my
But if
husband,
if
I was not married,
right.
yes, I would. Because personally, I think that there are a lot of single women because their expectations may be too high. My husband and I got married at 24, but when we were dating, I was a teacher at that time, and he was actually a kind of like a 5th year college student, and he had nothing. Don't be offended, babe.
But I made you. No.
Yeah. I probably was that stereotypical woman who helped put her husband through school at that time. But before he got to school, before we actually got married, he was a 5th year college student. He didn't have anything. His brother actually advised him not to marry me. And I was like, what? Am I not good enough? And he was like, no, that's not the problem. My brother really thinks I'm not good enough for you because I should have a career and have some money and be established. But I'm not. And I told him, one thing I told him was, I said, we can make it together it will mean more to us if we get what we have together. We grow together as a couple. So he didn't have anything, but I saw the potential in him. So yes, I will date a man that doesn't make as much money as I do, because as long as there's potential there, and it doesn't matter if he ever makes more money than me, because if we're together, if we're married, especially, his money is my money is his money, it's our money. So that's the way I look at it.
I agree. So what about you?
I would date somebody that that if I made more money, hey, if I make more money than a man, and I'm okay with that. When me and Tony got together, he didn't have a lot of money, but we actually basically grew together, and we basically got everything that we have today together.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
so I think that a lot of women, not every woman, but a lot of women these days look for men with all this money now, and but they don't see what they can get from a man.
Right. I
And
agree.
I think they should look at other things besides all money.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree. So my expectation is there's a lot of women who look for muscles and height and money. I mean, you know what I mean? You know, and that's just what I tell Crystal, is that it's not all about when you have these expectation of, you know, all these things that you want in a man. It's just not, it's not feasible. It's not, it's not your typical man that you should look for, because it doesn't work. That man may have all the things that you want, but he doesn't communicate. He doesn't have a good job. He's dumb as a box of rocks.
Treat you bad.
He treats you bad.
Mm-hmm.
You have to look at the whole scenario in order to find the man that you need. And it might be the man that's sitting right next to you, and you don't even know it. So with that said, you have to look at that man that may have a little stomach. He may have a peck or two.
You mean some boobs?
He might have boobs.
Bigger titties than mine.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Maybe. He might have one leg.
Here we go.
Or a midget.
He might not have no legs. He might be a midget.
A
I think
little
she has
person.
a midget fetish.
Little person. They don't
Little
like to be
person
called
fetish.
midget. They like to be called
That's
little
right.
people.
Little people.
Well, to go along with it, I'm divorced and I'm dating, and so sometimes I'll date and I don't necessarily tell my family I'm dating or anything. You know, it's kind of like my thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you make it to a certain level, then I'll introduce you. But my mother will stalk my social media, and she'll find whoever I'm dating sometimes, and she'll go show the rest of my family. And my grandmother, who raised me, she'll be like, "Oh, you can do much better. What does he do for a living?" And I'm like, you know, I've met men that do they're at a certain level in their career, they make a good amount of money, but basically they treat you like shit. And this man who at least he has a job.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think ever that money status equates to being treated or happiness with a man.
Right. Agreed.
So
I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
So my next question is to you guys. Would you date a younger guy? With you being 50, me being 50, would you date? We talked about this tonight. We went out to eat, and we talked about this tonight. And this is a good subject. Would you date a younger man?
no.
I think that I would.
Stella trying to get her.
I am 50.
But how young? How young?
I'm 50. So, even though I may not have frequent urges, every now and then I get the urge. I do want a man who can at least satisfy that urge without having to use Viagra.
So my question is,
You
to that,
need him to be ready to go when you ready to go.
I need him to be ready to go when I say when I blow. You know? So I think for me, age range would be at 50. Age range would, first of all, I need to be with a man who does not want any kids. Okay? So I'm looking at anywhere from, I say 40, he good and grown. So I say anywhere from 40 to, I probably go up to 60, but it depends on what that 60 looks like.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm sorry, I got a 20-year span. And that's it. I'm not saying more.
So what would you say? Your age being the age that you are.
So I'm 41. So no, I don't think I could date anybody real young. Now when I say that, probably I think my age stopping point would be probably about, I don't know, 38. That's the youngest I probably would go, because I just think that's, I don't know, I just couldn't go any younger. I don't think
What's
I
the
could.
oldest you could go?
You know, I really haven't thought about that, but after tonight, it's probably around 62. It's probably as long as they're a good 60 and they're fit, and I mean as long as it's still strong, we're good. And as long and when I say that, I mean that things gotta be staying in place. I mean it can't be going back like some people say.
No, the older they get, the balls sag.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
It's
So
true.
it's
I
gonna
know.
be, things can't be swaying in the air. Things can't be flipping over the shoulder. It's gotta be in place.
No,
And they gotta have their
Can
teeth.
you tie them in a knot? Can you throw them over your shoulder? Yeah.
They gotta have their teeth.
now let me
They
tell you
gotta have all their
something.
teeth.
They have to have their teeth.
They have to have their teeth. Not taking this down.
What-
No.
okay, but what if
no,
it's
putting
screwed
it back
in? What if it's screwed in?
No, we get
Can you unscrew
I mean, of course you can unscrew
the
it.
teeth?
They're gonna be
I
clip
don't
on.
know. I think it's clip-on.
I don't know.
You're gonna take those other no teeth and then they'll put it back in there.
So I would
I
date
can't.
my age to 10 years older. I don't like dating younger than me. I just.
But you don't
it's not my
like
thing.
young men now.
I don't.
Okay.
But I did date someone my age, and so I had a relationship with a man that was about 10 years older than me. Sex was amazing. Great.
And
10
how
years-
old were
10
you at the
10 years
time?
older than me. It was right after my divorce. So.
So it's only been,
Yeah.
so you were about 35, 36?
35, 36.
Okay.
So he was about 10 years older than me. There was not a soft spot on that man's body. He had abs everywhere to be 10 years older. I dated someone my age.
Mm-hmm.
We were together for like 8 months, and he had like erection issues. So he would always tease me because I would say, I like dating older guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're the first guy that I've dated that's my age. And he's like, oh, you like old men. I'm like, well, that old guy never had an issue. So I don't think necessarily age has anything to do with that area.
Mm-hmm.
And I was more sexually compatible with the older guy than I was with the guy that was my age.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. I agree with that. With my husband being behind this camera,
Your life depends on it.
I will say this. I will date someone 10 years older than me.
I said, really?
Do I really matter if they have money? At this age, yes. Because I'm at an age where I would like to travel. I have been to several different places, but I really do feel like that I can relate to someone who is older. Now, the youngest that I would probably date if I didn't have my husband, let's get that straight, would probably be from 50, maybe 45, maybe 40, simply because I think we can relate. Now, I wouldn't want to date someone who never had kids, because I can't have kids at this point, and I don't want to be someone who can't deliver them kids. Because I think that's very important. Having kids is important, and I don't want to ruin that for someone. So that's why I probably wouldn't date anyone younger, and I wouldn't date anyone younger because I have children. One is 28 and one is 23. So I think that would be awkward for me because of the fact that I have children that are younger. So I would say that my husband and I, we are like best friends. Very much so. I love him very much. We've been together now for 17 years now, babe?
We're married 15. Yeah, together is 17.
Yeah. So he's like my best friend. He's my yin to my yang. I know. Well, she's my nurse that I'm having.
Your work.
Yeah.
Your work.
Yeah. My work yin to my yang. But overall, I think that it's very important that you find someone who you can relate with. Not everybody is into sign, but my husband and I were both Cancer. We're very moody.
Yes.
When I am at my point where my nerves is bad and everything gets on my nerves, he's the one that calms me down, and that's the best part of our relationship. So I love him very much. He supports me whatever I do. He does a lot with my YouTube channel, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So to go outside our marriage, I would never do that. That's just not who I am as a person. So I love you, baby.
I love you too.
So let's go on to the next.
Wait. You don't want to know my range?
Oh,
What's
okay.
your range?
Oh.
18 to
No, we
80.
didn't ask
18 to 80, blind, crippled, and crazy.
Breathing is his range.
Yes.
All
But
right,
we didn't talk about that though, because that's the thing. But I think men and women really do have different viewpoints on that. Like for instance, I say 40 to 60, but like with my husband is 6'1". He's in fairly good shape to be a 50-year-old man, and he works around women all the time. And I know you have these 30-some-year-old ladies looking at my husband, so I'm like, okay, I know if we got a divorce tomorrow, his age range would be much wider than mine.
Yeah.
It just be depending on what he's looking for per se.
I agree.
So.
But you tell
So,
them
baby-
girls you got some crazy friends.
So I guess like Rhonda was stating, what would be your age range?
He's at 1880. He already told you.
Yeah, I'm joking. It would probably be, but it would be lower than y'all's. I mean, it'd probably be like 30 something.
I think the age
What
range.
the
I think the age range. I think it varies for guys because like I have single male friends and they're like, oh well, of course they would date a 20-something-year-old. They're like, I'd bang her, but would they want a relationship with her? And they're like, maybe not because she's not, at where they are.
Right, but it depends on, for men though, it depends on whether or not they have kids too. Because like my husband has a friend and he's like, I think he's about 40, and so he's never been married, doesn't have any kids. So his age range is a little bit lower because
Yeah,
he's looking
he
for.
wants to have kids.
He wants
yeah.
to have kids, so he wouldn't be
Yeah.
looking for a woman
And-
that's in their late 30s.
And with dating, I
Yeah.
tell men, look, you have kids? No. Well, if you want kids, I'm the wrong chick for you.
Right.
Because I'm not having any more kids.
Right.
I'm 39. I
Mhm.
can't, and I wouldn't want to cheat you out of that.
Experience, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But see,
So-
my husband don't want any more children.
Hell no.
Well, y'all look.
Hell no.
Y'all
Hell
old.
no.
Y'all old. Like,
I know we are. We are. Okay, let's talk about weight gain.
okay.
Oh.
Weight gain.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've told you guys before that I work out 4 days out of a week, and it's very important that I keep my weight gain intact. Now, it's even more so the fact that I'm in front of YouTube and I'm in front of millions of people. And though I enjoy working out, but there's days where I just don't feel like it. Like today, as you guys know, I do have lupus, and there's days where I overdo it. And like I'm in excruciating pain today. So I feel good and I want to look good. So with that said, health is important because you live a long life, and exceed, then that it takes you to the point to where you won't have diabetes and high blood pressure and all those type of things. But it's hereditary. High blood pressure is hereditary. We all know that. Okay, so the big question is, what do you feel about weight gain?
Okay, so I know we hear it all. Like when we're young, they tell us watch what we eat, because even when we're young, we can eat what we want, and we don't seem to gain weight or whatever. But I tell you the truth, after 40, it's difficult.
It's very much
it
so.
is so difficult.
Very much so.
I'll even go even further. Like when between 40 and 45. It became more difficult to lose weight, but now at 50, it's almost impossible unless you starve yourself. Because, like Shaniqua said, I also exercise 3 to 4 times a week. I go to the gym in the mornings before I go to work. And even though I'm exercising, it's not about the exercise. It's honestly about what we eat.
It's about the diet.
It's about the diet.
My husband say that all the time.
There is no way to
Yeah.
lose weight unless you literally just fix your diet. And so I have been.
It's actually both. I would
yeah.
say both.
Mm-hmm.
But what you put in your mouth.
Yeah, I think the diet is even more important than the exercise. You need the exercise because especially as we get older, we need activity to help with our blood pressure. Just everything is basically improved when you have your cardiac function. Everything is better when you get some exercise. But as far as the weight loss is concerned, it's your diet. It's your diet. And it is so hard at this age. I struggle with it all the time. So
Yeah. So what do you feel?
Oh, I've gained a lot of weight, well, especially after my both children, and then it was hard because of course I think it's what I put in my mouth, and I think after hitting 40, that made it worse. Yeah, and then me being less active made it worse, and then now that I'm trying to get more active, it's helping, and me watching what I eat and not eating not drinking Cokes and not eating as much sweets. Now, granted, there's candy at Crystal's desk.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
so that is my temptation there. So
Yes.
that's been kind of hard not to go to her desk eating the baby roots. But but now that I have lost some weight, I went from 218 to 185.
oh,
Good.
So I did do that. But I'm stuck. So
Yeah, you plateau.
yeah, so I have to continue.
Yeah. You
But-
can change something up.
Yeah, change. So
Well, we're not going to talk about my weight, but I will say that my husband tell me all the time it's about what I'm I'm trying to maintain what I'm eating. My biggest problem is my stomach and my flanks. You guys hear that all the time in my videos. So the stomach is the hardest part. Flanks is the hardest part as well. I try to maintain, especially when I'm at work. I eat the same thing. Even Rhonda tell me all the time, God, you eat the same thing, you should be losing. But it's not so. It's just not. I love margaritas, especially when I'm having a hard day and I drink a margarita. Probably twice, maybe 3 times.
A
Just
day?
depends. No,
A week.
A week.
no, baby. A week.
Oh, okay.
A week. A
It,
week.
it was more before me.
Yes, yes. So if you guys don't know, this is the nurse that I work with. So that's the reason why she keeps saying, not until you work with me. But I want to let you guys know, when you get older, it's much harder. It's very harder for me. And I struggle. And I know that I have to keep my body intact, not only for YouTube, but for myself. You know, to make me feel good about myself. It's not about anybody else. It should be about you. And when it's about you, then you take that initiative to go a little bit further. So I guess the next question is, Crystal, what about you?
I think the weight issue is the root of everything. But I think the working out, how you look, I think a lot of people think, like, they'll tell me, oh, you're working out so you can look good. And I joke and I tell my kids, oh, I'm trying to make myself marketable to get you a stepdaddy. But, I joke that way, but in reality, the working out, it helped me feel good. It boosts my confidence. It made me feel strong. I could keep up with my kids. I could do all that. And I mean, it's the little things you do, like cutting out soda. Diet is a huge part of it. People don't think, they think, I work out. That's really like 15% of the whole losing weight thing.
Right.
It's diet. Since working now at an office, I've probably gained 20 pounds in the 6 months that I've been there.
Yeah.
Because I was used to clocking 8 miles working at a hospital, as opposed to now it's like, oh, you did a mile. What? So it's just your lifestyle. And with working out, I did it for my health. I did it because, I have 2 young boys. I can't afford to have a stroke, a heart attack,
I agree.
none of those things.
I agree.
So that's why
I
I
agree.
do it. Looking good to me is like, oh, it's a bonus.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
So that just,
I mean, I think we all
Always.
do it for our health. We do it for our children. We do it for our husbands. I agree with you on that. So, for me, it's very important that I live a long life. I want to live a long life, and no one goes into this saying that, oh, I want to drop dead tomorrow. No one does. It's very important that you do it for you and nobody else. It's not about anyone else. It's about for you. And when you do it for you, you feel so fulfilled. So on that note, let's go on to the next subject. So the next subject, and you know how you guys, I was going to throw this in. Would you date someone outside your race? Or short men? Or short men?
Remember your time limit.
I know. Rhonda?
I thought they went to Crystal.
No, we're talking to you. We're going to everybody. Would you?
Okay, yes. Short answer.
Okay.
Yes, I would.
I have. I was married to a white man. I'm not white.
Short man.
I tried dating one time, and we looked so odd when we went somewhere, and everybody looked at us because we were. First of all, he was short and he was small. So no, I'll never do that again.
I don't picture you with the short man.
Oh, honey, he probably about your height, and we be holding hands. Everybody like, I don't think I can do it.
See, my thing is I don't don't discriminate. I think a man is a man, whether it's a little person or.
Little people.
I know she.
I'm telling you, I don't discriminate. I'm open. I think a man is a man, and it really he needs to be good to you, and that's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the more that you guys can grow together. So whether it's a significant other or a woman or a man, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I think that if you grow together and it's meant to be, and you have things together, that is the important
But he
thing to me.
can't grow.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But what if you have a connection?
Well, I'm
I
already
would not
short.
let it develop.
I'm already
You
short,
wouldn't let
so
it
I
go.
just don't know if I can handle anybody like way shorter than me. Like if he's waist tall,
See,
I mean, I just don't know. Like I can't carry him like a baby. You know, I just can't.
but for me, I don't
Like,
look
come
at
here,
I
baby.
don't look at it like that. I guess that, and the same as my husband. You,
He's like, what? I would
but
do
my question is to
I
you.
don't like little men. Right?
Really, baby?
He said,
But I'm
"Maybe they're
saying,
18."
as far as the woman itself, what do you feel like? Just as long as you have a connection, does it matter if the height or the?
Well, not necessarily height, because men don't care about height.
She needs to be a black
Maybe she
woman.
was taller than you,
She
or
needs to be a black
overweight.
woman,
Pretty
really?
much. Pretty much at this point. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I used to be open to any race, but I'm
But what
pretty
if
much
she
into
was?
black
Well,
women.
what if she was a little person?
I guess. I mean, sure.
Don't
See?
want no.
I mean, I never, looked into it. But if she's cool, then yeah, sure.
And what about you?
They're the right height. I mean, my thing I said earlier when we were at dinner, height's not that important to me. My thing is like size. Like, I've dated a guy that was my height, but he was very skinny. And I'm like, I don't want to walk around looking like a 10.
Now, I will say, having a skinny man is just not for me because
Yeah.
I am a plus size woman, and I
But see,
don't.
why
I
would-
feel like
what
I.
if you guys had a connection?
Yeah.
Yes,
Who
turn
got
that
that
back. That's right.
Oh.
What happened if he had a big butt?
Riddle me that.
No, I don't.
See? Now you stutter. Because,
Yeah, I gotta add that. Yeah, I have to have a full-figured woman because I'm too big a guy. I mean,
So you don't want to. So you don't want a
I
thin
think that's
woman.
preference.
yeah.
Like, you know.
but as far as the black woman thing, I've been married to black women for like 22 years, so it's I guess just what I'm used to. You know what I mean? It's not even necessarily a preference. It's just what I'm used to.
Don't get it. Don't let it. Don't get it screwed.
It's just you don't go back.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, you guys. We would like to come back. There was some things that we were gonna do today. Never have I ever. We could do that. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna come back with a little collaboration that I wanted to do. From a company for gel nails. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you guys so very much. I've enjoyed. Have you guys enjoyed? Thank you so very much for coming. I really do appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right, all right. All right, you
Cheers.
guys. All right, you guys, hit that notification bell. Hit the subscribe button. Share my videos. And I'll see you guys again. All right, you guys. Bye.
Bye.